students, if with a class of 150, you're not going to know them all.
Yeah.
And then you give them a grade at the end based on a part of what they've done. So you confine that they've done it. But they haven't paid their best friend that graduated with a master's degree in linguistics to do their task.
Yeah, well, the thing, I mean, I have 150 students in 3 different groups, okay? So the groups are, and look, normally you can tell if they're doing it themselves or not, okay? And if they try to cheat, I mean, but they can always cheat you, but I mean, my answer to that is who they are cheating really is themselves, because if they are doing that, and when they finish their career, they're not going to be prepared when the aliens come, when they have to answer questions in their. So I don't really care about that, because they are not cheating. They are cheating me, but they are cheating mostly themselves. Okay, so yeah.
Have you managed to succeed in inspiring your colleagues?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same.
Partially, I have some who are little by little, some others do. I mean, the first reaction of one of my colleagues was, "Oh, you do that, you do the flipped classroom because you don't want to teach." I said, no, I'm going to work much more. And then he saw me that I was working much more. Then I have other colleagues who are implementing this, but I mean, it's much easier to just go to your class, give your lecture, do the exam, and not worry about all the other issues. Okay, so it's difficult. But another thing, take into account that in philology, in literature professors are used to having the students read and do essays, and so this is not totally new, but some people do it, of course, and I have a colleague in Latin American theater who makes all the students, Erasmus and Spanish, make a play, okay, and that's his way of evaluating them. Latin American theater making a play, no, that Camacho. So there are some people who do this kind of thing, but it's not the majority, unfortunately. If everybody did this, the students would become crazy, and then, because they would have too many teachers demanding many things from them, okay, I take advantage that I'm probably the only one in each but then, if we all do this, what we should do is team up and organize projects that could be valid for several subjects. That's what they are doing in many places nowadays.
And what about university authorities? How do they see this kind of, do you support you in this? What, for an example, that you don't have a final exam, is that a problem? Or?
Yeah, well, the whole thing, this is quite, because if you read everything coming from Europe now, from all the authorities, they all promote this, because they think we have to teach a student-centered, develop the whole Bologna thing has to do with this. So, in a sense, the authorities the organism in my university that teaches courses for teachers, for the university professors, in the last few years they have encouraged this type of thing. I learned how to make the students, I did that to the master students, have them paint the art therapy, use art therapy, like having to paint their own identities, and I learned that in one of these courses that was offered by the university. So officially the university has to promote it. But then, when you see, for example, the official student evaluations that the students have to fill out, it's all about, oh, does he teach well? Is it clear in his explanations? So on the other hand, it's not totally adjusted, because in the first years I got very bad evaluations from the students because they resisted this. But now I think I'm getting better at implementing it and doing it. I got even the first year I got a rebellion from one class. They went to the chair of the department and they said that I was not, how do you say it, in dictating, I was not giving them, they didn't have notes to study, they didn't have, and how could they study, and they wanted me to dictate, tell them what they should know, because they were not ready for this. But at the end, because that's the year when I had the portfolio and the exam. And they were right, they said, oh, well, but you are demanding an exam. Why are you demanding an exam? Why not? The portfolio was 50%, exam was 50%. But what happened is that when they came to the exam, they realized that they knew the material, okay? But at the beginning, they were nervous about the exam, and that's why I got rid of the exam. And as long as they let me not have the exam, I will do it. Some of my colleagues say, oh, well, but my student have to take an exam. Yours, no. I say, well, but my student have to do all of these other things. Yeah, so it's a mixed, but we are in, like the polar bears, we are in these little times that are changing, and we have to navigate the waters. No? Okay. Any other comment? Yeah. Okay. Well, I can send you anything because I share everything. So please write to me, and I will do.